This is music, and this is a mixed bag. Welcome to another first impressions video. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of the many blind buys I've picked up lately. This time, I have a good stack of CDs, and it's a mixed bag too. Lots of different genres within the world of metal. So up first, we have this one here, Unbroken by Anarion. Starts out really thrashy, and then it kind of settles in as kind of a power thrash, maybe really more like a thrashy style of power metal. So it's actually really good. Quite melodic, as you can imagine, but also quite aggressive. You do have lots of just straight up power metal moments for sure, and they're not afraid to throw in a ballad or two. But great stuff. I really like this. You know, power metal with a good dose of thrash metal. That's nice. Up next, we have this one here. I assume it's pronounced Aralu or Aralu, perhaps. It's called Death Covenant black metal, but black metal with a very Middle Eastern feel to it. You do have the lots of blasty parts and tremolo picking stuff, but then you have like Middle Eastern instrumentation, Middle Eastern vibes and Middle Eastern scales being put into the game too. So it's very interesting. I quite like this um, phenomenon when metal turns kind of local, kind of it's localized, like it goes global, but then it's a kind of adapted to the local cultures and modes of expression and conventions. I think that's interesting, and you get that here. So kind of Middle Eastern sounding black metal. Up here, we have this one here, a Blaze, and this is a Japanese band. Now, as you can see, they're out on a high roller, so this is not a Japanese release, but I think it's pretty cool that the label threw in an OB script anyhow. Um, because then, of course, they can sell this on the Japanese market too. So Blaze, straight up traditional heavy metal band, kind of like new wave of traditional heavy metal band. They sound a lot like they're inspired by the new wave of British heavy metal. It's really good stuff. Just old school heavy metal, good riffs, nice sense of melody, that characteristic guitar tone as well. Really good stuff. I really enjoyed this. If you just like your straight up heavy metal, this band is definitely worth checking out. Speaking of Blaze, Circle of Stone by Blaze Bayley here. Um, yeah, like pretty much all his other output, this is good. Starts out with a song called Mind Reader, which to me sounded a bit iffy first, but quickly the album just kicks in, draws you in, and it's the style that Blaze Bayley has been doing for the last decade or something. So traditional heavy metal with a modern sound, quality musicianship, great vocals, of course, a little bit of power metal every now and then. So yeah, if you like the Infinite Entanglement trilogy, if you like War Within Me, if you like the stuff that came out before those albums, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this one too. I enjoyed it. It's Blaze Bayley. Uh, he hasn't put out a bad album after he left Iron Maiden, in my opinion. Fragilium by Consecration. Um, with a personal note here, so that's cool. So Consecration, of course, the Sexy Beard Squad. Um, Liam the Death Doom Metalhead is in this band, and they're our Death Doom band, known for very good riffs and incredibly impressive guttural vocals. Um, This one here has a bit more of a barren sound to it, which I think is very interesting. It's also quite inspired, I think, by My Dying Bride. You start out with a very long instrumental with just clean guitars. Um, and you know, you have some fairly long songs on here. You do have some sections with clean guitars too, and you have just very, and I don't mean this in a negative sense. This is good with doom metal, a very barren, oppressive sound, uh, quite minimalistic compared to some of their other output. Um, you have some great, just old school doom metal one string riffs popping up. In the second song, a Sentinel for the Fragile, a very long song, and then towards the end, it just kicks into like old school doom metal one string riffs, and it works very well. I quite enjoy this for sure. Obviously, if you listen to Sinus, you can hear that they have grown, but that's not a bad thing either. Um, so there you go. I think this is cool. If you like Death Doom, it's worth checking out. A little bit of a different sound to the riff fest that we know nowadays. More of a barren sound, but that works very well with Doom Metal 2. Now we have this one here, Consumption, Necrotic Lust. Um, as you can, I don't know, let me just read out the hype sticker. A symposium of sickness that leaves no artery untorn. Guest vocals by Jeff Walker from Carcass. Classic old school grinding death metal. Limited edition contains 3 bonus tracks. So, yeah, it sounds like this is Carcass Worship. They even have Jeff Walker doing a guest appearance on here. There definitely is an influence from Carcass, but this is not a Carcass clone, I would say. It's uh it's kind of HM2 adjacent death metal with some grindy elements. It's really good. There's some really cool riffs in here, which I appreciate. I always like it when there's actually riffs, actually death metal. There's a lot of good death metal with cool riffs in it, if we're being completely honest. And this is one of those types of releases. You will bring out your riff face. Um, it's not Carcass Worship, but obviously there's an inspiration from Carcass on here. But these guys are doing their own thing. And here, some more death metal. Distruzione. I've seen these guys described as melodic death metal. I don't think that's the case. To me, this is death metal with maybe a kind of a crusty inspiration, maybe inspired by the more punky uh, bands within the HM2 genre as well. Although I don't think this is HM2 death metal, but it is really good. I really like the vocals. They have lots of attitude to them. And I think it's very cool that they sing in Italian. Uh, Kudos to them for doing that. So to me, this is more of a death metal release, and I wouldn't even say that it's death and roll. Some people might expect that. No, to me, it's kind of straight up death metal with a maybe sort of a crusty, punky kind of undertone to it or something like that. To me, this is not melodic death metal, but I'm not the genre police. And up last, Uh, change of style again. Wyvern, and this one is Lords of Winter, and very, very cool artwork, I have to say. Wyvern here, power metal, and I think this is great power metal. It has a little bit of progressive metal going on too, and some just straight up traditional heavy metal, but it is, in my opinion, a bona fide power metal album, and it's good power metal. You do have your, again, your kind of power metal cliches every now and then, but you also have some well-defined riffs. I think the vocals are very interesting. Um, Maybe it takes a bit of getting used to the vocals. I don't know. But I like him, and I like this. And if you like power metal, and you want some power metal with a slight progressive touch and with more than just double bass drums all the way, Wyvern is where to go. So there you go. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff in my opinion, but check him out and make up your own opinion. Thanks for watching.